Hello and welcome to another episode of Smite, How to Counter. It was asked to, obviously redo this, and obviously I should redo this because Arachne has undergone a completely new kit. Now Arachne is more of that, mobile, super hyper carry assassin with super in-hand steroids with her self buffs. So right now, as her kit is and her damage scaling and everything is, she's incredibly bursty, right? Especially late game, she kind of becomes almost like the hyper carry, like kind of similar to Mercury in a way. Looking at her too, her cocoon increased attack speed up to 70%. Almost the same thing as Mercury, if not the same. So, some things that you can take on how to counter Arachne. For one, if you are a squishy guy like a mage or so, Aegis might help you out and might give your team enough time to respond and come help you. If you don't know what exactly Aegis is or where to find Aegis, you can go to all items, you go to actives, and Aegis Amulet. Pretty much what these do, they make you immune to damage. So as soon as you see Arachne, like probably you might find her in the air, like in her ulti, and that's when you know she's about to pounce on somebody. Like if she's in her ulti and she has full health and she's looking at you guys, she's gonna go for the squishiest one, then that might be you. So as soon as she pounces on you, pop an Aegis right away. That does take some reflexes, and then you're immune to damage for the next couple seconds or so, and that should allow your team to help respond to you. Now, if you are a like initiator, or warrior, or tank, or something like that, then Creep and Curse would definitely help your team out. And it's also as an initiator in a tank, you have to keep an eye on the map. It's all about map awareness. That goes for everybody too, but also keep an eye out on the squishies behind you, because of the assassins are always going to go for the squishy ones back there. And if you're able to, if Feeble and Curse will really but slow down Arachne's burst damage, because of the it slows them down by 40%, up to 40%, and also reduces their attack speed up to 30%. So since Arachne is really bursty, she's a lot about her attack speed, especially with her tube. That will help slow her down as far as bursting down people. So you don't have to really worry about that. Now her 3 does apply a slow, but it's only 25%. So you shouldn't have too much of a problem with her slow. If you do, you can buy a greater sprint, because it also makes you immune to slows for the duration of 6 seconds. So that's pretty cool as well. Now, those are it for the actives. Now, as far as items, if you are a tank, you can buy several items at that, actually. The typical tank, Sovereignty, whatever, but Hide of an Armenian Lion. So if you like to get in the face of the assassins or warriors or whatever, this is really cool, because you get so much physical protection, and then it also reflects 20% of all basic attack damage as magical damage. So for whatever reason, if you're getting attacked a lot as a tank or initiator, or you can even pick this up on the squishy god or whatever, then that's going to help reflect the damage and help shut them down as well there. As a magical god, I typically pick up Breastplate of Valor when fighting against super hyper carry assassins or whatever like that. It helps you out a lot, because you get actually use out of it. The mana and the cooldown reduction helps you in turn do more damage, because you use your abilities more often. Other things, like if you watched my Vulcan series, if I fighting against super bursty gods, always pick up like Warlock Sash. I can't look up Warlock Sash because I'm on physical god, but Warlock Sash, if you don't know what that item is, it gives you a lot of HP, power, and mana, and then it's also a stack item, so it also gives you more HP. And then I also sometimes will pick up Ethereal Staff, which I cannot look it up right here now. But Ethereal Staff pretty much gives you a lot of HP in the passive. It takes a percentage of your HP and turns it into magical power. So those 2 items there I use a lot when fighting against physical gods, so I would advise that for the mages. If you're like a hunter and assassin, it'd be more about lifesteal, because you're probably going to go like toe-to-toe with another assassin, like Arachne, for example. So having that lifesteal is going to help you try to 1v1 that Arachne a little bit more better there. So as far as that, there's not too much you can do against Arachne. Now, like I said before, like looking for signs that she's about to pounce on you is definitely when she uses her ulti. Because I don't care about the warning. So, you know, you look up in the air and you see her glowing. If you don't know, you can, as Arachne, you can pop your 1 and 2 while in your, in your ulti. So when you pounce down, you do a credible amount of burst damage. And honestly, it is kind of hard to build against that hard burst damage. Now, the new item, in fact, I forgot to mention this, the new item for mages, I think it's called the Imperial Helmet. I could be wrong. But you can look it up under, it should be either, damage, like power and the offensive, or you can go to defensive, and it should be under the physical defense tab. Like I said, I'm not on the magical god, so I can't look at it. But that helmet, it gives you magical power, I think up to 50 or so, and then also gives you physical defense, and it branches off into 2 different tiers. The one on the top right, it's like magical power, physical defense, and then passive penetration. That's cool. But if the Arachne or the assassins you're fighting against, if they're building crit items, then I would try to save up and go for the one on top left tier. I think that's called Celestial Helmet. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it's called. Now the passive on that is really cool. If you are crit on, they cannot crit again for the next 3 seconds, I believe, or so. So that's going to help you shut down, those hyper like crit gods, especially Mercury. So that's another item I've been picking up. It's a really good situational item when you're getting paired up against bursty gods, especially like Arachne. So I'd advise that item as well for the mage users. So I hope this helps you guys out overall. If you have any more questions, let me know in the comment section below. So I'll see you guys next time. Peace.